Okay, folks, so now that we've built out our wheel and we've got our styles on it, and now that we've also taken a look at things like masking and how it works with the style, let's see what we can do to clean this up. Because right now, while it looks cool, you know, as I mentioned in the last video, we're missing some stuff. Like, this part in the red isn't showing, and the tail in the red's definitely missing, and it's kind of hiding over here and stuff like that. So everyone's is going to be different. I'm just going to state that right off the bat. But what we need to do is we need to just go ahead and turn off the eyeballs of our shapes here. And we need to see what we do want to come through. So from what I can tell you, let's just kind of like learn from like the first couple ones, right? So we want this little hook to come through. I want this little kind of foot to come through and this little tail to come through. So I want to see that on all my stuff. So, okay, let's turn on this light blue. Oops, I missed the green for a second. Okay, let's turn on this one. Okay, so this shape 1 copy 7 right here, this is kind of going in front of my foot right there. So what I want is I want my foot to come through that. So then that way it looks like, it's like two sets of hands, or like a set of hands, and the fingers are kind of intertwining with one another. So how do we do that? Well, first off, that means that we want to erase part of this bluish shape. So we want to find that layer, okay? And we want to go ahead and we want to click on our mask. And we want to tap the letter D so we have default black and white. And there's a couple ways we can do this. I'm going to do it one way, and then I'm going to show you another way. So I want a hard edge brush. It can probably be a tad smaller, and I'm just using my left bracket to make it smaller. And I can go ahead and I can try to paint this out. And I could zoom in quite a bit, and I could really try to do this really nice, okay? But look, I did too much, so I'm going to tap the X key, which will flop my color back to white. And I'm going to try to get in there. And, I'm going to keep messing up. And I can tell you that I've done this assignment for a long time, and there was a time where I would do this exactly. And while this could work, it becomes really frustrating. So instead, let's do this. Let's bring it all back to white really quick. Okay, so we have our mask made. And see, I want this part of the red to show through. So on my layer palette here, I'm going to take my mouse and I'm going to hold down the command key. And I want you to see right here, see how I'm moving my mouse back and forth on shape 1? I'm going to roll over the actual thumbnail. I'm going to hold down command and I'm going to click. And what that does for me, guys, is this. It makes a selection around my red shape. So then here on my mask, I can literally just paint. I don't have to worry about it painting, too much or not enough. It's only going to paint inside that one little spot. And there it's done. That's it. And then I don't have to, there's no kind of mistake that I can make. Now, the only thing that I think you may want to, really consider doing, and I'm going to do it. It depends. Everyone is a little different, but definitely on this color wheel, I'm going to do it. I'm going to double click on my effects, and I'm going to take my layer mask hides effects, and I'm going to turn that on. I don't like that there. And I'm going to continue onto my next shape, which is right here, this blue one. See how this shape 1 copy 8, it covers the red, it covers the orange. So the same thing. I'm going to make a selection, I'm going to click on my layer mask, and then I'm going to command click on my red. And I'm going to paint out that spot right there. And guess what? I could just, if I feel like it, I just make a really big brush and just go boop, one click, and it's done. All right? And now I'm going to command click orange, and boop, one click, and it's done. And as you can see, what we have now is we have the orange coming through, we have the red coming through, but see how the blue is intertwining the way that it really should? And then I'm going to go into my effects, layer mask hides effects, and say okay. And that layer mask hides effects, again, that's really up to the individual. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'm going to turn on this violet one. Okay, check it out. Red's being covered. Orange is being covered. Yellow is being covered now. Oh, wow. Okay. Cool. So, mask. Command click on red. It's a little bit right there and down there. Okay. Goodbye. Goodbye. Okay. Probably don't need as big of a brush there. Command click on orange. Okay. And command click on yellow. That one little piece right there. Okay. And again, layer mask hides effect. That just doesn't, it just makes it so there isn't this like secondary, really odd looking bevel. That's all. All right, so this, kind of like a, magenta looking one. We'll put on our mask. Command click red. There's a lot that we can make go away here. Okay. And I'm going to turn that effect off now. Okay. It makes it look so much better when you turn that effect off. Alright, then I'm going to command click orange. And let's see what it's doing there. Again, you want to make sure you're on the actual mask. There we go. There's our orange piece. Yeah, look at that. All that covering up. I'm going to command click yellow. And check it out. See this right here, this little piece of green? It's going to cover it up too. So let's do that. Command click green. So, and I'll tell you what, I've done this a lot, and I don't know if I've ever gone down that far. Usually yellow is the last kind of color that I get to. Okay, and last but not least, let's turn on our last one. That's covering a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so let's click on a mask. And command click on red. And it's great when we use this command click because essentially what it's doing, right, is it's letting us only paint in that one spot. And I'm going to, before I even paint out anything, I'm going to click on this layer mask hides effects. And there we go. Get rid of all this stuff. And essentially what this lets happen is it lets the red really come through. Okay. And now let's command click on orange. And now yellow. And green. If I zoom in, see this spot right there? That's on that other green as well. Wow, this one really went pretty far. And now that green. And do you see now how we get, if we just zoom in here, right? You see here how we get these little tails. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like there should be. And then when we look at, I called them these feet. Ooh, looks like, yeah, looks like I missed something there. So anyway, when I look at these feet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, great. And when we look at these hooks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, awesome. So now all the shapes, instead of being on top of one another, in many ways they intertwine, and this is what we want. And I won't lie to you guys, this is probably the hardest part of this assignment, but this is what Photoshop is. It's the intertwining of elements, combining them together to create composite images. That is at the heart of what we do as a graphic artist and graphic designer. We do it every single day. So you may stumble here, and that's okay, because we're going to do this a lot this semester where we're blending things. That's a normal thing to stumble. If you do, just Throw the mask away, just like this. Just take your mask and throw it away. It'll ask you if you want to delete the layer mask. Great. Start over. Do it again. And so on and so forth until you're done. Okay? So, but that's the best advice that I can tell you. You may not get it the first time. And trust me, the first time I did one of these things, I did not get this right. I screwed up. And it's okay. It's fine. It takes time to learn it and to learn how to do it well as well. So good luck, and when we continue on, we're going to even make this thing look even better looking. Thank you.